All right, Rotten Tomatoes, you got my attention. I just hate it when Rotten Tomatoes gives stupid movies like In a Violent Nature good reviews, like 83%, and gives really great horror movies like The Watchers a 34%. Rotten Tomatoes, you suck. So please stick around. Right after this, I will be giving my personal commentary on a artistic, thought-provoking, scary, and all-around creative, really good horror movie called The Watchers. It just came out. It's brand new. So stick around. I'll be right back on Little Paula Horrors.
Little Paula's Horrors! Little Paula's Horrors!
Welcome back, guys, again to Little Paula Horrors. I am Little Paula, and this is Little Paula Horrors. Thank you so very much for visiting my channel, and thank you so very much for subscribing to my channel from my previous video. Thank you so very much for all of the new people who have subscribed. Welcome, and for those individuals who are, still on the, I guess you would say, on the verge of subscribing, what are you waiting for? Just click. It's free. I'm here to entertain, to provide you my personal commentary on horror movies. And if you haven't clicked yet, thank you for watching. And I hope you enjoy what I have to say about today's movie. So today's movie is a brand new movie that came out just a little while ago, about 2 weeks ago. I went and I watched it. It's called The Watchers. This movie, what can I say? It completely shocked me. I didn't think that it would be this good. It is really, really good. I know it sounds like I'm downplaying it a little bit, but I'm not. It's just a really good horror movie. It's thought-provoking. It's artistic. It has a great storyline. The acting is great. The cinematography is great. The scare scenes are great. The jump scares are great. It's just a really good movie. This movie is a directorial debut of Ishana Night Shyamalan. And she is the daughter of M. Night Shyamalan, who, as we all know, directed great movies such as, The Sixth Sense, Signs, Knock at the Cabin, which is a very good movie if you haven't watched it. And, did other not so good movies like, Lady in the Water, The Happening, and one of the worst horror movies I've ever watched called Old. Now, getting back to The Watchers. The Watchers has the following cast. We have Dakota Fanning as Mina. Love Dakota Fanning. Then we have Georgina Campbell as Ciara. Then Owen Fuere as Madeline. And Oliver Finnegan as Daniel. From there, Alistair Brammer as John, who is Ciara's husband. And then John Lynch as the professor. Wow. This movie is a straight, thumbs up. That's my camera. Can't help it. Sorry about that, guys. It's, this camera is so annoying. At times, I just want to grab it and break it into a million pieces. But I don't because it costs a lot, so I decide not to. But one day, it's going to happen. Now, going back to what I was wanting to say before I was rudely interrupted by that thumbs up, which is a thumbs up for the movie. This movie is influenced, or not influenced, but it comes directly from a book that was written by A.M. Shine, and it's called it's the same name. It's The Watchers. It just makes sense. So, from there, we have the movie. Now, the movie incites creativity and provokes your mind to become really engaged with a topic of what you're watching on the screen. It's a movie that at the end, and I'm not going to spoil it for you, but the ending has such an amazing twist to it. My mouth dropped. I was like, what? Kind of like that. But I was really surprised because I walked into this movie thinking that it wasn't going to be that good, but the character development of all of the characters in the movie, what they had to do in order to survive, the cinematography, the use of shadow and light in the shots, in the scare scenes specifically. Wow, I am telling you, just great. All around a really good swing and a really good knocking it out of the park swing from Miss Ishana herself, who actually I find did a very good job with this movie because it flows. There's like your mind just wavers back and forth and you're like, is this real? Is this going to be ridiculous? Am I going to be disappointed? I felt so satisfied at the end of this movie by watching it because it all culminated in a really great ending. It starts off so, it's kind of sad the way it starts off the movie. It has these elements of like the emotion that you feel is kind of sadness for the character, and then afterwards you're happy for the character, the main character, which is Mina, and what she goes through, what she has to deal with, the people she has to deal with, the environment she has to deal with, everything just like is so well done and just ensconced within this specific small little piece of reality, right? That you're obviously being engaged with on screen. Completely satisfied. I love this movie. If I would recommend a good movie to go watch that has all of these great elements inside, The Watchers would be one of those movies that I would completely recommend. Please go watch it. It's great. But what gets on my nerves is Rotten Tomatoes.
Where do you get off by giving this film a 34%, while you give a piece of garbage crap movie like In a Violent Nature 83%? Are you insane?
What is wrong with you? Why do critics, like I read these critics. I read their critiques about this movie. Ridiculous. It's not good. It confusing. Causes a person to second guess themselves. I'm like, are you for real here? If you are giving something like, and I understand there are two separate types of genres. One is a supernatural horror movie such as The Watchers, and one is what it calls itself. It calls itself a slasher movie. Are you kidding me? There is no comparison between the two. What they should do with In a Violent Nature is they should put it in the comedy section. And The Watchers should be revered as a really great work of artistic horror art. See, that is artistic horror art. Not something like It Follows. Watch my review on It Follows, please, to understand what I'm getting at. I am tired of this. Every time I go and I'm referred to watching really good movies. Like people will tell me, "Oh, go watch this. This is really, really good, really good." You go and you watch it, and you're like, "What the hell did I just watch?" And then you watch these reviews, and you read these reviews, and you review these reviews, and you're like, Are you kidding me? I know we all have our personal preferences. We have our personal preferences with regards to what a horror movie should entail. I get it. I get all that. But please, some things have a basis. Like horror movies have a basis to them. There's a base to them. And the base to them is to make you get scared. That's the point of a horror movie. Why are you going to watch something like It Follows when it doesn't scare you? If you want to watch it based on its artistic impression and our artistic taste or artistic expression, fine, do it that way. But It Follows is not that scary. Neither is In a Violent Nature. They're garbage movies, in my view. They are. You want to watch them, knock yourself out. But my personal commentary on them, they're not good movies. This is a good movie. The Watchers is something that you should actually go sit down. It's about an hour and 45 minutes, but it's an entertaining an hour and 45 minutes. Sure, it starts off a little bit slow, but man, it picks up afterwards and it engages you. It makes your mind think about the situation that they're in and how they're going to get themselves out, and is it real or is it not, and what is out there watching them and why is it watching them, and everything gets answered. That's what I loved about this movie. Everything gets answered. You know what happens. You know the why. Isn't it great when you could actually walk inside a movie, a horror movie especially, sit your ass down in the seat and then watch it and be like, oh, I get it now. It makes sense. Instead of sitting there and watching a horror movie that's going to make you think and, think about it 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 times over again and still wonder to yourself, what the hell did I just watch? It just irritates me. It really does. But for The Watchers, again, great movie. It's done pretty well. $23.3 million at the box office. Okay. It's only in its second week. Fine. Great. But it's still doing well. Unfortunately, I couldn't find how much it cost them to make because I think they've been changing that. I'm like, why can't I find this anymore? But whatever. It is what it is. But for right now, where it stands at the box office is $23.3 million. Now, does that have a meaning to it? Yes. Well, if a horror movie is going to make more money, it's because people are going to go watch it because they are enjoying it. They're enjoying it. They hear other people telling them that it's good. They go and they watch it and they enjoy it. Now, It Follows made what? 1.3 million? It had a lower budget, but who cares? It still sucked. Then you have In a Violent Nature. Who cares? It's not a good movie anyway. Even though it did well, sometimes people just want to watch something that, is going to entertain them for a little bit. But In a Violent Nature doesn't entertain. It's just basically a scenic route. You take a scenic route and then you watch a few kills and then you're done. But The Watchers is just very good. It has a lot of great and interesting moments, scare scenes, jump scenes. It's artistic. It has a great story behind it. It is just so well done. Please, if you want, again, this is my personal commentary. Enjoy. If you want to enjoy a really good horror movie that'll make you think and you'll be really surprised at the ending of the movie, please go watch The Watchers. It is completely worth it. So, what did you think about what I had to say? Did you like what I had to say? Do you agree with what I had to say? Have you seen the movie? Please leave comments below. Leave them right there. It's free. Please like, subscribe, share the channel. And just for future reference, take along with you whenever you go into a forest some type of GPS system. It's all on our phones. Or, if you just want to get a separate one, you can. But if you notice that thing stops working for one reason or another, if you watched The Watchers, it might help save your life at the end. And with that being said, enjoy the show.